Hey humans and humanoids, this is the Sonic game with guns. It's somehow good. I have talked about Shadow the Hedgehog before in my massive, big, mainline Sonic the Hedgehog video where I discussed all the games, but I want to give a more in-depth review because I have some, I guess, controversial opinions about this game. Mostly my opinion saying that I like this game. A lot of people say that the level design is bad, the story is bad, the physics are bad, but yeah, I disagree. So if you want to hear me ramble for about, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes, grab your Shadow the Hedgehog PlayStation 2 controller and enjoy my insanity. Okay, this game's story is insane. It takes place right after Sonic Heroes, and at this point in the timeline, Shadow still has amnesia and is not sure what his past is or who he even is to begin with. So the game begins with him brooding in a park, but then LA gets invaded by aliens, and then the alien leader confronts Shadow and he's like, "Hey Shadow, you don't know me, but I know you, and if you don't know me, then I'll explain to you. So essentially, give me all the Chaos Emeralds because I want them, and you're supposed to do it, and I'm confusing you, and if you give me all the Chaos Emeralds, I'll tell you about your past. Okay, bye." And then Shadow, so the rest of the game is a bit confusing because the middle portion of the game has multiple different branching paths and you can sort of determine what your story is, and none of them are really canon. All that we know is that throughout the game, Shadow slowly collects the Chaos Emeralds and gives them to the alien leader, whose name is Black Doom, and Black Doom's like, "Alright Shadow, thank you for giving me the Chaos Emerald," but then right after that, Sonic, Eggman, and a bunch of other guys are like, "Shadow, wait, don't give the guy the Chaos Emerald, he's gonna blow up the planet." And Shadow's like, "Wait, what?" Then the Black Doom guy essentially explains, "Yeah, so my whole plan was that I'm gonna use these Chaos Emeralds to teleport the comet that I live on with all my other alien buddies, and we're gonna attach it to Earth, and then we're gonna literally kill everyone and eat them alive." Then Shadow's like, I don't think that's a good idea." So then Shadow goes chasing after him, but right before he's about to confront Black Doom was like, "Hey, guess what, dude? You wanna know your past? Well, here it is, essentially. I'm your father. Yeah, take that, man. You know Gerald Robotnik, who created you on the Space Colony arc? Yeah, he had to use some of my blood to create you. That's why you can use Chaos Control." And then Black Doom just sort of controls Shadow and like pins him to the ground and is like, "You can't do anything, bro. I'm literally your dad. You can't stop me." But then, as this happens, during the game, the Chaotix, who have been sort of in the background, have been looking for a bunch of secret discs where they were told to project across the planet, which essentially is like a worldwide message. And as soon as Shadow is sort of controlled by Black Doom, the message shows a clip of Gerald Robotnik giving one of the most chilling speeches in the franchise that I honestly can't even put to words, so I'll probably just play it right now.
"Shadow, my son, if you're listening to this, then the worst has happened. You need to know the truth. The government plans to shut down this research facility. The government plans to cease all of our research and imprison all who know about you. I made a terrible mistake, Shadow. It's all my fault. Making contact with that comet. Now listen very carefully. In 50 years, the Black Comet will return. They plan to harness its powers to destroy this planet. The only way to stop them was to develop a way to use the very power they intended to use against them. Shadow, it's up to you, and only you can stop them. I developed the Eclipse Cannon. It's the only weapon that can destroy that Black Comet. Shadow, you are the only hope to save mankind as we know it. The future of this planet depends on you." Okay, then after that, Shadow's like, "Alright,
I'm gonna resist you, Black Doom. I don't even care. You can teleport into. You can just try to fight me. But guess what? I'm gonna fight you. So then Black Doom essentially becomes like a giant monster creature. Then Shadow goes Super Shadow, and then he beats him up with some awesome music in the background with a really fun final boss. Shadow kills Black Doom, and then he literally just Chaos controls the entirety of the Black Comet, which is where the aliens live, and then the Black Comet gets destroyed by the space colony Ark's just canon. It is an amazing ending, and then the ending is just sort of like a little cut between all the characters going, "Yay, we did it! The Earth isn't destroyed!" And then the final shot of the game is Shadow on the space colony Ark looking outside, and then essentially saying to himself that he doesn't care what his past is, he doesn't care what he's created for, he's gonna protect the Earth and just protect the people he cares about and do what he wants, which I feel like is a really good arc for him, a really good sort of forwarding of his character, and I really like the story of this game. It's not the best in the franchise. I still think Sonic Adventure 2 is the best story, but this one, I think it's pretty high in terms of all of them. Well, this is going to be fun to explain. Okay, so every level in this game is very linear with some basic 3D speedy platforming, but the spotlights in this game are the new mechanics. First of all, the combat. Shadow infamously uses guns in this game, and despite the insanity of Shadow the Hedgehog shooting aliens, it's actually a pretty fun and fleshed out mechanic that can be used to speed up boss fights or just shoot aliens. It's honestly really fun. And also, Shadow can use vehicles in this game. He can use stuff like motorcycles, cars, he can fly on an alien creature, a mech even, and most importantly, a 2001 Lexus CS430 convertible. So, you know, that's a thing. And also, all this new stuff sort of adds some fun variety to the gameplay. Shadow's physics are something that I do have a problem with. Shadow is super slippery in this game and takes a while to get used to. But it's not that terrible, but it is pretty annoying. Also, the air dash is really slow, but it's not a deal breaker. Even though the game design is basic, it kinda has to be, because the main new idea is that if you do different tasks within levels, like killing a certain amount of enemies, or shooting down Eggman ships, or finding certain items, it determines the next level that you play. And to explain it, here's a map of all the levels. So yeah, I think it's pretty fun to route out what you're supposed to do in real time and just choose what you want to do. And also, it makes you do some fun stuff, like you can either destroy the planet by doing all the evil missions, or you could stop the planet from being destroyed by doing the evil missions. And you can also do that. Please don't raid me, FBI. I'd really appreciate it. Also, you can kill Eggman. It's really cool. And although you do have to replay the game 10 times in order to get the final ending, and that does sound kind of annoying, and honestly isn't really that annoying, because you get to play new levels every time, although Westopolis does get kind of boring after the 7th time, but it's fine. I actually really enjoy this game's insane gameplay. It's pretty fun. Okay, this game's music is awesome. I've been playing the OST during the background of this whole review, and it's just so great. It's probably my 3rd favorite Sonic soundtrack, and also my 3rd favorite video game soundtrack of all time. It's funny how those line up. And it's so amazing. It's obviously not as epic as Sonic Unleashed, and it doesn't have as much diversity in its soundtrack as Sonic Adventure 2, but some of these instrumentals and vocal tracks are just amazing. Standouts for me are probably Westopolis for its fast-paced feeling, Digital Circuit for its electronic style, Prison Island for its insane piano usage. The Doom is relaxing despite the fact it's the 2nd worst level in the game. Death Ruins is simply a banger. Gun Fortress is relaxing elevator music that somehow fits. And Final Haunt is playing in the background now. Need I say more? Also, the vocal tracks are fantastic as well. From the intensity of Almost Dead to the single best Sonic song in my opinion, I Am All of Me. It is so good. And also the level themes in this game are insanely creative. From, you know, basic city to a lava base, an airship, a haunted Halloween-esque castle, the space colony arc, a literal digital world, a prison island with a toxic river, a circus, multiple ruins, inside a giant comet. This game has fantastic music and pretty awesome theming. This is just great, man. I get why people hate this game. I mean, there are parts that I hate personally, but whenever I play this game, it's a blast. It's not as fast as Unleashed, and the physics aren't perfect like Sonic Adventure 2, and the level design isn't perfect. But this game is just so creative with a bunch of new ideas, and it's just fun to play. Shooting guns as Shadow the Hedgehog. It's just fun, man. It's honestly just kind of a good game. 7 out of 10. Get it if you want to. If you disagree with me, that's cool. I'm gonna go play TF2, so have a good day and see you later.